escape routes, which are signposted round. The toilets are behind us, and obviously, welcome to the first meeting. Any apologies for absence, please? No. Thank you. 25082. This is to note declaration of interest of any councillors that pertain to the agenda in front of them. Any councillors?
None.
None.
Can I ask a question, please? Are Councillor Peter Moore and myself allowed to approve the income and expenditure accounts?
Yes, you are. Yes, you
Thank
are.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments from any of the councillors? No. Can I have a proposer to accept? Seconder, Councillor Seymour. Thank you. All those in favour? Unanimous. 25083. This is the open forum in which any member of the public may comment on anything that is on the agenda. Are there any people in the public gallery that wish to speak?
Over to you.
Looking at no one in particular.
Is this where I say my bit after the tennis club, or is that separate?
Well, you can say that now if you wish, or when it comes up on the agenda.
Oh, I'll just do it when it comes up on the
Okay. No other comments from any of the councillors? No. Okay, open forum. 25084. Recommendations for expenditure. To retrospectively approve the following items. A, there are none. B, to consider any other recommendation requests.
There are.
No.
There is one, isn't there?
Yes.
We've just had a request today.
Yes.
The Handball Youth Clubs.
They wish to request that they have £300 for each of the youth clubs to buy further craft information, and they haven't overspent on their budgets. So I'd like to recommend that we pass this to the two youth clubs for use to spend on craft materials.
Okay, well, I've got a question about that in the finances anyway. So can I ask it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want?
How much of the budget did we spend last year?
Last year.
No.
No, we spent the full budget.
We spent all of it.
We haven't spent all of it last year, but obviously we've not spent a penny this year.
The youth club actually charge, don't they, to get people for admission to the youth club? Does anybody know how much it is?
I don't know.
I think it's 20p.
Pardon?
I think it's 20p.
No.
I think it's 20p.
Yeah, I just question that was all. No,
I've got that in mind.
Is that
Yeah, that was it.
any other questions from Councillor Cox?
Yeah. The thing about buying craft materials, they don't go to a catalogue, or do they do what the rest of us do, Sheen and Tenor, and get them for next to nothing? Because if you go through a set catalogue, I don't know whether they have to, like the school catalogues, the stuff is extortionate.
I wouldn't have thought.
And if you go to a hobby
I
craft,
think
it's the same.
they go to wherever they can get.
Yeah, because I mean, £300 is like Tenor and Sheen, they've got to wait for it, it goes far greater than like hobby craft, where you'll pay.
They don't go to a
Yeah.
catalogue or
No.
anything like that, I'm aware of
Yeah.
that,
I would just, recommend that they don't shop like schools shop
Yeah.
from set catalogues.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Is there any reason why this doesn't go through the normal grant applications procedure?
It's just literally come through and we.
I mean,
Come through. They didn't have,
It's not
rather
a
than defer it till May, because they need the funds, ASAP.
Right.
So that's why I said to us, we would use it.
Do they put
As
out
a
to
new
the fields
business.
of craft material, because I can give them bags of the stuff.
Yeah. I'll give you a
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah.
I'll drop it in here, because
Yeah.
you can pass it on, can't you?
Yeah.
I've got ribbons and cards and all sorts.
Yeah.
And also, in response to your question, we have a budget for them, which is already set out.
Yeah.
And so they don't, it's not a grant
Right,
application.
Yeah.
fine.
Proposal.
Any other comments from councillors? No?
No?
Can I have a proposal to accept? Councillor Small, seconder please, Councillor Sue Moore, all those in favour? Unanimous.
So is that a total of 600 actually?
It is, yes,
yeah.
it is.
25085 to receive a copy of the latest bank reconciliation month end March 2025. Any councillors got any comments on this?
Did you all get it? I sent it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I have a proposal to accept the bank reconciliation? Councillor Sue Moore, second of Councillor Wendy Fogarty, all those in favour? Unanimous. To review the year-to-date budget summary for 25-26. Ashley and I have been through it. I'm sure other councillors have had a look. Are there any comments? Councillor Sue Moore.
Yes, I've got a few questions, please. The budget for stationery has gone up from 1,600 to 2,500. Could you tell me what that covers? Because I'm very disappointed if we're using more paper.
It's actually more software licenses.
Yes.
More software?
More software
Yes.
licenses, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, can we take a serious look at the paper
Yeah,
bill, please? Because I'd like to see it being a little bit
Yeah.
more environmentally friendly. You know, like all of these being printed out for councillors when they've already had them. I
Yeah.
don't really see the point, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest, a lot of the councillors want to make comments, and that's why we print it out, not just to view it.
It is a legal requirement that we have.
Yeah, at the end of the
paper
evening, I collect
We do
all the
have a
empty
copy.
ones to take them home and use them and write on the other side before they get destroyed.
Well done.
Yeah,
I would
well,
like,
I'd like to see them
We're
anyway.
not going
Right.
to do back to back.
Not very well. Not very well.
So is that going to stay remarkably on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I would like to admit that on occasion I go to Ashley and ask for a pack of paper. Then I have, all this kind of stuff printed up at home.
The other way to do it is put an agenda on the board behind you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
individuals,
But
individuals,
people
if they
have got
want
to
to
go
write
through
on
it.
it, you go through it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to be honest, the amount of paper we use is minimal compared to some.
Yeah, I
So
try
I
not to print
wouldn't
it.
want to stop.
I'm trying to be environmentally friendly.
Yeah, that's good for you.
Yeah, never mind books to me.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
the less
you
trees
can
we
type
cut
it
down, the better.
No,
Got
we're
the
only
one at the
cutting
bottom of my
bushes,
garden.
we're only cutting bushes then.
Right, a further
Excuse
question.
me.
It's probably worth a review, isn't it? So you might raise a
I
point
beg your
there.
pardon.
Yeah.
Worth a review, and you raised a point there. It's the old thing where you brainstorm some ideas and things come out that, that's a good idea, and we could make some savings that we haven't thought of.
I will come back with some ideas.
Why does it come on the station software licenses?
I've got no other line to push.
Yeah. It
Well,
was that, I actually told him to put it there,
Yeah.
because
It just, I would imagine for an auditor, surely it should be under ICT or something. Yeah, no, okay.
On that very question then, I've got a question over, there's also a budget line for licenses. So which licenses are in what?
Now you're looking at the community centre.
That's
Yes,
that's just the
and
community.
that's
centre.
just community centre, and that would require various music and television licenses.
Okay,
So that's what licenses there is.
fair enough.
Yeah.
And my last question, we have a zero budget for Handful Senior Citizens, Neighbourhood Watch and Health and Wellbeing.
I'm glad you raised that
Is
because
that because we haven't
Well,
spent any?
no, because we lumped it all into one big budget called other social community support.
Right,
So if
okay,
anybody
so,
wants-
yeah, it makes
So
sense.
it's not,
I just wondered
so it's
why.
not broken down specifically. It's now
Anybody who
lumped.
wants to come
Yeah.
forward, we would still discuss it
Yeah.
at council, the
Okay,
amount of money they want, but
right,
it would be taken out of that budget.
Because last year
That's
I
fine.
struggled to put in the B cabinets into one line and, into another line. So it all sort of got a bit mixed up.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, that makes perfect sense. Thank you very much.
Chair, can you confirm that at present, we don't spend anything on war memorial maintenance or on electricity or gas or local authority rates?
No. It's not under the youth centre.
No.
So the answer is
No,
fine.
no, but we might do soon.
That's
I'm
why
only too well aware of
We
that.
might do soon.
So, you know, better to be prepared. than
Yes.
too small.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Any other comments from any of the councillors? No? Can I have a proposal to accept the budgetary summary? Councillor Susan Moore, seconder, Councillor Roger Small. All those in favour? Unanimous. 25087 to approve the quarterly income and expenditure accounts for quarter 4 2024/25. Any comment from the councillor who did the audit?
Roger can do all this anyway, but
Is there any
if you're happy with the income
Yeah.
expenditure account, just go ahead.
Okay. Any comments from it, Councillor Small?
I was asked to examine the receipts
Let's go
or invoices.
No, we'll come to that in a
We'll come
minute.
to that in a minute, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun onto it.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I have a proposal to approve the quarterly income and expenditure account?
Before we do that, can I ask what the outcome of the T-Wells mole catching expenditure was?
Yes, he caught 5 moles.
Oh.
I have no other comment.
Okay. 25087, I need a proposer to accept. Councillor Sue Moore, seconder, Councillor Wendy Fogarty. All those in favour? Unanimous. 25088, report from relevant councillor regarding internal controls for quarter 4 2024/25. And I understand that's Councillor Small.
Indeed. Well, I only did a token job this year,
Fine.
or this session. I examined all the invoices for which were directed towards petty cash, and having summed those, noted that the petty cash in its box accorded with the figures presented.
Thank you. Can I have a proposal to accept the internal controls for quarter 4? Councillor Peter Moore, seconder please. Councillor Sue Moore, all those in favour? Unanimous. 25089, to conduct an annual review of the council's internal controls as per the auditor's recommendations. The accounts and audit regulations require the council to conduct a financial year review of the effectiveness of the system of internal controls. Although there are internal controls in place as evidenced by the financial regulations and membership, the council has not conducted an annual review of the effectiveness of internal controls and documented this in the minutes, and that's why we are doing this now.
Yes, so Roger and I did it yesterday.
Thank you.
We took a template, we've gone through everything. I think absolutely everything was fine. There was a question mark over one thing. An impact assessment audit has been carried out for any new policy which has potential GDPR implications. We haven't really, not really had anything that would need an impact assessment.
Okay.
So we've just said to be implemented as and when. And this one here about PayPal, it's not applicable. We don't use PayPal at all. So that's it. And then we've signed it off here.
Thank you.
Chair, I asked Ashley to modify this document very slightly in a couple of places. I asked for the word financial to be inserted before year in, what is it, 1, 2, 3, in paragraph 4, the 4th sentence there.
So we got financial year then. Yeah.
That was one thing. the other thing was when it came to the third sheet, item 12, S137 payments. I had absolutely no idea what those were, so I looked it up, and it refers to the Local Government Act, section 137, under which a local authority may, subject to the provisions of this section, incur expenditure which in their opinion is in the interests of and will bring direct benefit to their area or any part of it, or to all or some of its inhabitants. And what that covers is the award of grants, basically. So I quite like that
As a footnote.
as a footnote in the document.
But we have the general power of competence,
Yes.
we don't need to completely,
Correct.
137 payment.
Can I?
And just going back to this GDPR, are we talking about GDPR generally or just for financial stuff?
Any policy, council policies, yeah.
Okay. Do we actually communicate with people via email?
Yes, and we've got all the GDPR confidentiality clauses all underneath.
Yes, but what you have to have is permission from that person to communicate with them via email.
Yeah.
You should have that on a
And
register.
I think we do have that.
Yeah.
We've got all the GDPR stuff in place, because we had a GDPR audit, a couple of years ago now, and they gave us all the documentation
Okay,
for
so
it.
every new person who communicates by email will get permission to
It's a new, it's a new council any new council policy that has direct GDPR implication, not an individual.
Yes, but as written into the policy, you should have that implemented in that policy, and it should be implemented with that permission. Because if you had an inspection, that would be one of the things they would ask to see would be.
Oh, yes, we have policies with all this in.
Yeah.
But
that's all there.
this refers to any new policy created by the council.
Right. So that is all in place.
Oh, our general GDPR is all in
Okay,
place.
that's fine, as long as
Yeah.
that's all there.
If we
Sounded
establish
as though
a
it was
new
a bit up in the air.
policy,
We'd have to,
Then
it would
we-
have to be brought back.
yeah, so it's a-
Okay,
For it to go in there.
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
Chair, do members of this committee have a copy of this form and the responses that the clerk and I have put in?
yeah.
Is that not required?
I'll send it out to you.
Yeah,
I'll send
I
it out.
mean,
Because we could have,
It's the auditor who needs it, not
not
council.
us.
Yeah,
We don't need it.
yeah.
no.
I'll send you a blank copy. We just filled it in yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, it is more for the auditor than it is for us, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just ticks a box.
yeah.
Any other comments, Cameron? So, no? Can I have a proposal to accept the annual review of internal controls? Councillor Wendy Fogarty, seconder please. Councillor Roger Small, all those in favour? To review and make recommendations to full council regarding a grant application received from Hunthorpe Hall Tennis Club. And I understand we do have a member here from the tennis club. Are there any questions? I have a question that I'd like to ask. You actually recalled that you had your tennis courts refurbished. Did you actually have them refurbished from the last grant we gave you?
I have to double check, I'm not sure, I recently started on the committee. The upper court, the one where we're looking to put the gate into, the court was refurbished. The lower two have not yet been refurbished. They've been
Oh,
cleaned.
it must have been, it must have been that
Yeah,
one,
the
yeah.
top one's been done.
So this amount of money is to put a gate in?
Yeah, so there's already a gate currently, but it goes into like our smaller courts, so we've got like, the upper court is like split in two, but because we refurbished the top one, we made it a bit bigger up to the LTA standards. And so we've got a small court, and the current access is through the small court, so we're looking to try and
repurpose the small court into maybe like pickleball or some other kind of activity. But to do that, we kind of need the gates separate. Plus, we also don't have accessible access to any of our courts. So the bottom one has an accessible size gate on it, but the steps down to it. So by putting this gate in, it comes directly into the car park, which will be like accessible access for wheelchairs, pushchairs, all that kind of stuff. And then our long-term aim is to be able to open that top court up to be like pay to play access, so it's available for more than just our members as well. That's kind of the long-term, but we've got to get all the codes and gate mechanisms and stuff after the gates in. So.
Any questions for our tennis?
No questions, but may I comment?
Yeah.
The tennis club is one of the oldest established clubs in Hanforth, and it caters not only for those interested in tennis, but also for those interested in bridge, carpet bowls and table tennis. I think it's true to say the club currently operates at a financial loss, although you're hoping the situation will improve during the course of this year. Is that correct? The club, in common with let's say, the Friends of Hadforth Station, has substantial financial reserves, but these are ring-fenced for resurfacing of the tennis courts. And when I visited the courts, I noted that the small court is in a really bad state of repair, isn't it? Installation of the requested gate shouldn't disturb an existing hedgerow, is that correct? And should provide disabled access to the upper court and provide the club with a method of increasing its income from court reservation fees. Is that a fair summary? Good, thank you.
Thank you for that. Councillor Seymour. When you say fully accessible gate, do you mean it's an automated gate with key code and?
So it's not, we won't have the key code on it at the moment, but it'll be like the right size for wheelchairs and pushchairs and stuff to go through, and it'll have an easy lock mechanism.
So you just put the normal lock on like you've got on an existing one? Okay.
Yeah.
Any other comments from any of the councillors? I have a proposer to give this grant to Hanforth Tennis Club. Councillor Roger Moore, seconder. Councillor Peter Moore. All those in favour?
This is just a recommendation to the full council, who will make a final decision on it, but they generally take into account that.
All I ask is that if we do receive the grant and it does go forward, we would like an updated report on how you're using it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Any other business from any of the councillors?
None, sir, thank you.
Can I close the meeting at 6:25 p.m? Thank you.